Welcome everybody. Welcome to Homestead Heart. And today we are outside making fences for our tomatoes. And Mr. Homestead Heart is he has a 100-foot roll of galvanized fencing. It's just plain old welded wire fencing. It's nothing fancy, right? But what he is doing, let me take you over here and show you. We are counting because we want to know, like, we're making sure that our fencing, is wide enough. And so what he's doing is counting, well, I counted actually, 34 spaces from this end all the way down to here. And once we reach that, he's just cutting it off into a nice section right here. So now that he has that cut, all he's going to do now is just cut off the very top wire, that top piece right here. Ooh, I'm about to lose my hat. All the way around. See this piece right here? He's going to cut this off all the way around. And let me show you why he's doing that. Because as he cuts this off here, as he cuts this off right here, these are the pieces right here that we're actually going to use to stick down into the ground to help to hold this in place. Okay? Now the tomato plant itself is going to be really big, really heavy, and as it grows out, it's going to actually divide the weight all the way around, so that'll also help to hold it in place. But these are the pieces right here that we're putting in the ground, and that's going to secure it so that it doesn't fall over. And that was Mr. Homestead Heart's wonderful idea, and I thought it was a good one. So he's almost done cutting that off. Oh, you can't even see. There we go. All right. You back up. There we go. Okay, so now that he has that cut, we're just putting the fences, the pieces over here until we get them all cut. So we're going to get all the rest of the fencing cut, and we'll bring you all back and show you what we're going to do next. We are getting ready to put in the next cage right here. So we're going to show y'all how we get this cage put in. Let me back this up a bit. Take this out. You want to hold that side? we're just wrapping this around the plant, putting it on the inside. And remember, we're sticking it down in the ground because we cut the bottom ring off to be able to mash the points down into the ground. Is it down in the ground? All right, so now that's down in the ground, we're just going to be covering these up, closing them up here. So while we were out here getting ready to put on another cage, we noticed this right here. Look, y'all see this? We noticed that this plant had been eaten right here. And look at this culprit right here, y'all. Look at him. Put him in your hand, babe. Look at how big he is. They can't see. Look at how big he is. Just look at how big this hornworm is right here. Look at that. And he mad too. He got the nerve to be mad at us. He the one eating our tomato plant. And he mad at us. Yeah.
Time for you to go to the chicken coop.
He going to Leroy Brown and them. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Alright, so you see how we just closed them up here. We just literally wrap that piece of fencing around itself to close it in, and we did that all the way down. And as you can see, we got it mashed down into the ground with the pieces that we cut out. We just mashed those down into the ground to help to stabilize this. Now there's one more thing that we have to do to this tomato cage, and that's going to be to cut out the spaces so that we can actually reach in and get the tomatoes out, right? So we're going to show you that, and we're going to wrap up this video. Okay, y'all, so what we're doing now is cutting in spaces so that we'll be able to reach in and get the tomatoes, because you know this thing is going to have tomatoes all through it, all around it, all above it. Tomatoes are going to be everywhere. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I'm just cutting these out real quick, and that'll be it. Easiest tomato cage ever, right? So let me show you. Let me see if I can do it. So I've already started here, cutting out a space here so we can get our hands in here. And I left this one here, but I'm going to come in and I did one here. I left this one and I got one here. And I'm doing that because I want to protect the integrity of the cage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come up here. I don't have one here, but I'm going to come here and start now because I just want to make sure that, see if I can cut it. Oh, I did. This is hard. Okay, so now I have one here and one here. I'm not worried about putting any on the top area here because I can come over the top and get anything right here. So this is going to stay just like it is, and I'll do them like in a triangular shape, if that makes any sense. So I have one here, one down here, and I'm going to come back up to here and put one here, if I can. Okay, so now there's here and here and one here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish getting all of these cut out around here, and then I'll show you what the cage looks like. All right, y'all. So as you can see, we got holes cut out here, every other space right here. Skip a space, and then here, and then down, skip a space, but then we have an opening here. So we're doing a space every other one so that we'll be able to go in and grab our tomatoes as they produce. And this is going to be a pretty big tomato right here. This is the Brandywine tomato, and This is not the Brandywine tomato right here. This one is the Brandywine right here, and you can see how big it is already. So I have to actually go in and make those cuts so that I can start making way for the branches to start coming out so they can get some air through there and start breathing, right? So we don't want them crowded up in there. So this is how we're going to do all of our tomato cages, and that's going to allow us to easily get in there and harvest the tomatoes. Y'all, so as I said, this is putting these holes in. This is going to allow us to easily get in and harvest our tomatoes so that we don't have any problems, right? We can get in and get our tomatoes out. Plus the vines have a place that they can come out and have room to stretch out and grow, which is of course what we know they're going to do. So Mr. Homestead Hart, because those things were hard for me to close. Mr. Homestead Hart finished it up for me and cut out all the holes, so he's the muscle of this operation, y'all. That is going to do it for today. We have our tomato cages done. We have all of them cut out. So all we have to do now is just finish getting them put up, right, babe?
That's right.
Just get them done. So thank you all so much for watching Homestead Heart. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up.
Thumbs
And
up.
don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We certainly would appreciate all of your support. So thank you all so much again for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you.
Peace and blessings.
We'll see you in the next video.